Hey guys, welcome to our relationship series. If you are new to this channel, do well to subscribe and like so that YouTube will recommend this video to others. Thank you. Miss Unique, Miss Mary, and Pastor Wilson. It's nice to have you guys on the studio today.
Thank you.
You guys are all looking good, beautiful, and adorable, so to say, for the ladies.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, we are back today for our relationship questions and answers. And the first question here says, in a case where I'm in a committed relationship with a guy, but I'm afraid to present him to my parents because of his outward appearance, because he dresses a kind of rugged, and my parents doesn't like such dress code, like dreadlocks. How do I handle it? Like, how will you present him to your parents? What's the best way to go about it?
Okay. I think my own perception there is looking at it is quite like a religious question too, because mostly people from religious homes are always scared to present a man who is not dressing well or a lady who is not morally right in a dress code to their parent. And in such scenarios, you have to tell your partner to be that this is the way to follow. You can condone that when you are married, like something that can go around within your house. But when you are presenting her to your family, she or he have to follow a dress code that beseech your family standard. That's my take on it.
Okay, good morning, viewers. So, concerning this topic, I'll say that when you're in a relationship with someone, you should be able to relate to the person what your parents like. Like, if the person like crazy wears or dreadlock and all that, it's not completely bad because some people might dress crazy and still be good. They have good manners, they are loving, they are caring, even more than the person that is dressing like a saint. So I think that by the time you guys relate very well and you want to go and see your parents, you can tell the person, okay, please, for the sake of my parents, just dress in a certain way, just to please them for the meantime. And that doesn't mean that that will be his dress code forever and ever, because he has his way of life. You can't force people to follow your own choice of life. Thank you.
Miss Mary and Miss Mary and Mr. Jeremiah, I love what you guys said. In this aspect, according to what you said, this question looked like a religious question. And me, on my own take on this, I would say that, you know, as long as all of us we are all human beings, me, I don't see appearance as anything. Sometimes most of us are celebrities. So some of them are musicians. You will see them carry head, but it doesn't mean because of their look they will not see your mother, or your mother will not like them. It depending what the person have in his mind and his heart. That is what is considered. You know, as a musician, most musicians these days do dreadlocks, and they do draw tattoos, and most parents will not like that, and most parents will see that this person do dreadlock and this person draw tattoo, but it doesn't mean that the person is a bad person or the person don't have a good heart. In this aspect, only what I would say that as a presenting the person to your mother, you try to tell your mother to see that this person is a celebrity, and sometimes he or she, because of what he's doing in a living, that he can't remove the daughter or he cannot remove the tattoo. But what is important is your heart and everything towards the person's family.
Okay, what I have to say about this question is, in a case whereby your partner cannot maybe cut the dread before going to meet your parents, now see the best way to handle it. Present that your partner even before your parents sees him. See what you do. Maybe your parents like people that can sing. You just come and say, if they talk smart, you just bring up him, say, I even have a friend that can sing like this person. Like, create that thing in their heart, that love in their heart, even before they see the person. Your dad might be telling you something, like advising you, say, yes, I have a friend that tells me this kind of thing too. Like, inside their heart, they will start loving the person even before you bring the person. If they are saying any good thing about something, say, yes, I even have a friend. Just be mentioning that name often in their ear, and be saying good things about the person, so that any day you bring that person, even with that look, when you mention that name and they remember those good attributes from the person, I think they will not move ahead with that dress of a thing. Within them, they're already convinced that, oh, this person is actually good. Maybe it's due to the career the person is pursuing that made the person to be on that dress code. Yes.
Uh, uh,
Sorry, I have something to say. I picked some of observations from your perspective and that of Unique. But I think I have to ask you guys two questions. I think am I permitted to do that?
You can do
Yeah,
that.
because it's a moral question that has to do with the audience, and they might have those that in thought. Starting with you, you made mention about being a celebrity, and you have to dress in a certain way for a certain niche or whatever. So, given that you come from a family that meets moral standard, are you going to say that would be a take for that family because in a celebrity lifestyle you're supposed to dress half naked? Would they accept such morality?
No, it depends how the person dress. Dreadlock is just like a hairstyle. It doesn't mean that because you did dreadlock that it's a bad thing. It's just like a hairstyle. So many people have different ways of barbing their hair, especially guys. Guys have different ways of doing their hairs. When it comes to be a celebrity, so some people don't do dreadlock. Some people plait their hair. So some people barb it in the style that you said. When you see it, you're asking yourself, is this person really a woman? So the only thing I will talk there, I will still maintain it is what is inside the person's heart. That is what is really matter.
Okay, I think concerning this issue of dress code and everything, when you talk about having a relationship with someone that is a celebrity, most often the person must not be a celebrity to dress in a certain way, to dress rugged. People naturally these days like to be rugged. They like to do dreadlock, they like to wear crazy clothes, just want to look sexy, hot. So by that doesn't mean that they are bad inside. But that's just what how they want to look outside. That's what they want to portray outside. But inside of them, they are more loving than those people that you think that are saints. So I believe when relating such person to your family, you should do well to explain to your family how this person is. At least maybe you are in school and the guy has been helping you out with stuff like that, doing this, doing that. You'll be telling your parents, somebody like this has been showing this kind of love to me. What does the person do? You tell your parent, he's a musician, he's an artist, and he's this, he's that. But if he's an understanding parent, when he sees the person, at least they should appreciate such person, I think.
Thank you. Miss Phoenix, this question goes to you. You made mention about being creative in sweet talking. Don't you think if like your partner is always sweet talking your parent, it tends to create like you're trying to overwin them over? Or how do you want them to go about that sweet talking aspect?
Okay, my me now based on that, why talking to them in that first time that they have not meet the person, don't tell them is your partner.
Oh,
You get, you can just talk. I have a friend though, he tells me something like this too. Like, you don't need to tell me that that person is your partner until the day you bring the person. Then when the person comes and they ask what's your name, when the person mention that name, they will not reflect on those good things you have been saying. Like, you don't need to tell them
reflection.
the person is your partner.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Well answered. Thank you.
I really love what you guys answer, and I believe the viewers will really understand how to go about this question and how to answer this. And it's a very nice answers. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much. And secondly, we have a lot of questions. I believe that time will permit us to give out all the questions we have here today.
Okay.
So let me go to with the second question.
Okay, sir.
The second question goes like this: is it real or possible for a woman to love another man beside her husband? Let me go again with this question. Is it real or possible for a woman to love another man beside her husband?
I think it's very possible. Even though it's not right, it is very wrong. But a lot of women do it. Now, in a case whereby maybe their husband doesn't give them attention, and maybe then when you go to your working place, you see this guy that always give you attention, talk to you, you will start having that feelings for the person. But what you do now is, as a woman, you work on yourself, because that's the things that lead to this infidelity. When you are getting what your partner doesn't give to you outside, you will start developing interest. It's just natural thing. So what you do is, because all of us know it's wrong, you work on it, but it's very possible, it happens a lot. That's what causes infidelity. Because when you go out, or you can just be working on the routine, someone that have a stature you like, you will just pick interest in this person instantly. It's just a feelings, but you just work on it.
Okay, thank you. So this question says if it's possible or real for someone, a woman, to love another man aside her husband, it's very real. As a matter of fact, it's possible. This is because people these days now get married to a man that is ready and not the man they love. They just want to answer, I'm a married woman, but I don't love the guy. I just want to be in a marriage to have that title as a missus. And it's very wrong. You see, sometimes most women marry guys that are older than them because of their financial status and everything. And they end up cheating with a younger guy, maybe same age or, just a fresh guy. So at that situation now, you can't tell me that that lady loves her husband. She doesn't love her husband. but she adores the guy. She can be extorting money from the husband, spending it on the guy. Why? Because she loves the guy more than the husband. The husband is just there to just cover up, maybe kind of covering her nakedness. But she still loves the guy outside, and it's very, very wrong. That is why it is good to go into courtship before marriage. Understand the person you are going into this marriage thing with. Marriage is a lifetime commitment. You don't just venture into it like that just because you want to get the title of married woman. It's very, very wrong, please. Thank you.
Okay, I think my objectives towards that question is quite too deep because marriages this time is just a charade of nonsense, and people are even scared of getting married. I think in the next decade it will be very difficult to find young minds who are ready to settle down. But irrespective of that, people are actually finding their so partner who align in the same thoughts and all that. I think the question is very deep in the sense that ladies, it all boils down to the ladies. As much as the husband have a bigger role to play, why I'm going to cite the husband in this case is that most times in marriages there are a whole lot of bills, and if that lady is not a supportive woman, that young man might be thinking way too much. And if that young man is thinking way too much, what do you expect? When you have a lot of bills to pay, would even your below the belt faculty be ready to do your normal marital duties? It might not be ready because bills are choking all around. But when you have a supportive partner, then I'll go against the man in that case, because most times you have to be romantic towards your wife, because nowadays ladies of this generation watch a whole lot of movies and they see a whole lot of things where their partners are quite romantic and show deep thought in communication. Most partners in marriages don't communicate. They don't know how to communicate with their husband and wives. They don't know how to communicate, which is a very bad thing. So I urge the listener out there and someone who is intending or who is actually going through such scenarios. If your faith is you are quite Christian, you should visit God for realignment. Then if you are quite personal, then you should walk ways for yourselves to seek a better communication in your relationship. Thank you.
That is a nice one, Mr. Jeremiah. According to what he said, this question is a really deep question, very deep question. According to what Ms. Unica and Ms. Linda said, this is a question that me myself, immediately I read the question, I was asking myself, God, is it how this life is going to be? Because nowadays, so many people are being told that divorcing. This our in this our era now, there are a lot of divorcee of husband and wife due to one or two issues. In this kind of the most important thing in this thing now is attention and affection.
Yes.
If you don't give your wife attention, that means you be ready that she will cheat. But there's nothing that is going to stop her not to cheat. And I'm begging all women, most men these days now, if they are rich and wealthy, they will tell their wife not to do anything, that they should be housewife, and which is very, very wrong.
It's a wrong move.
I know that so many men do it, because especially if you marry a girl that is sexy and hot, you will believe that if she goes out there that
You don't want to see
yes, so in those kind of things, no matter how rich you are, at least you need to let your wife live her
That's
life.
why we talk in the case about financial freedom, where you go into the digital market of making money. There, your partner does not have to go out anywhere; just sit at home and make money.
Me, I don't accept that. I don't accept that. No matter how the digital world is, at least you need to let your wife or your girlfriend to go out. If you allow her to be indoor to make money, one day she will go out on her own and see what she's missing, and you yourself, when you
Uh,
come, you will not like it. So
okay.
I don't see that one as priority.
And sorry,
You
in
need to
that
let
case,
her-
when I mean being at home and making money, does not mean the man too is out there. The man is also in the digital market, using most of the tech guys now. We have tech guys and women who are, in short, tech married people, couples who don't go out, they just make money from their comfort. So that's what I am citing. Thank you.
Okay, and I understand where you're going. So though it's fine, but no matter what, you need to allow your spouse to go out, no matter anything. So
That will be discussed another time because I'm not settled with your perception.
okay, hey guys, thank you for viewing. For I want you to like, comment in whatever we are saying here is truth, but nothing but the truth. You can go for research for it also. So we have another question for the day, and this question is really for women. Men, this question goes for men. Mr. Jeremiah, yeah, man, I would like you to start with this question. Let me ask this question. in a situation whereby you are a man
Okay.
and you talk about things you bought for your wife or your girlfriend whenever you guys have some issues. So I want to ask, if you are the girl, will you ask the girl to stop accepting gifts from you? Because whenever you guys have some issues, you will talk about the things you bought for her.
Okay, this question is quite it's quite responsible and respectful to some side and all that. Okay, I will quickly rush to the side that is positive, leaving the negative. You know, most ladies are very ungrateful. When you enter into problems, they might start when they start to wheel their tongue out for you. You might not know when you start saying you are not even grateful for this and that. But to me, it is wrong. Personally, to me, it is very wrong to say say anything goes about like all the gifts you have done for someone. It's very wrong to say it. But most times, lady push you to a bar. They do. They do push you to a level where you cannot hold your words. But to me, it's wrong. I think I will be responsible in that case and walk away because I will not even have something to do with such a woman. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
The reason why I ask this question, I know that women, a lot of men, whenever they fight with their girlfriend or they broke up with their girlfriend, that thing they bought for the girl, they will go there and be asking for it, but it's very, very wrong. So,
I think so this question I've diverted. I'm sorry for taking you guys' time, but let me dwell on it a lot. This question is linked to an agboma, and I will not accept that. Given a relationship, that's why I used to tell guys that, or men, that if you're actually looking forward to something beautiful with a woman, and if you know you're not going to marry her, you should not invest anything. Don't invest what later in the day you'll be thinking to go get it back. You should only invest on your wife. You should not spend time on any woman who you are not ready to work with in the altar. Except just go there, be predictable, and tell that you want to have fun. Having fun is different from being in a relationship. Thank
okay,
you.
Miss Unique, what do you have to say about this?
What I have to say based on the question, I think the woman is asking if she should stop collecting gifts from the husband because the husband always talk about the gifts. Now, what I want to say, if you should stop collecting the gifts, now you lose pass. So keep on collecting the gifts. Now, see the best way to handle it. Okay, if two of you are having issues, before he starts saying, I bought this for you, I bought that for you, start saying it first. You bought car for me. Let him know that you too, you know he bought those things for you. When you do it first time, do it second time, he will not be repeating it. Because if you say you want to stop collecting, it's his responsibility as a husband to buy you those things. Now, if you say I want to stop collecting it, now yourself you dey do. He will save his money and it doesn't even bother him. So what you do is don't stop collecting from your husband, keep on collecting the gifts, and then before he starts saying I bought this one for you, once the argument start, you know you want to say it, you say yes baby you bought car for me, I appreciate. Start telling him those things and make him know you appreciate those things, so with time you will stop saying all those things.
That's really a positive response
Yes,
to that
yes.
answer.
That's a nice one.
I think in this situation, if your husband keeps buying gift and then each time you have issue and you complain, I buy this, I buy that, it's not bad. He's my husband. You can complain as much as you want. Whatever you buy for me
I'll
is for us.
collect
It's
it.
our money. Oh.
I love that
If you
baby.
like,
Women,
to you slap me, it's our gift. It's my gift. If I stop collecting, who will collect it? From?
Okay.
It's not my thing.
Yes.
So the only thing I think the woman should not try as much as possible to reciprocate.
Yes.
Once in a while, try buy something for the guy. Maybe in a month or just in a way, everything you see, just perfume, wristwatch, polo, shirt, shoe, just once in a while, just get something for him. You
Yes.
see that you reduce the way he say, I buy this, I
Yes,
buy
because
that.
if you buy for me,
Because what he will say is, instead, oh, me too, I bought for you, but
Sure.
I don't make noise with it.
Yes.
So how come you're making noise with your own? And by so doing, you see that your family will stabilize, everything will be okay. Thank you.
okay, so women when I hear am, no matter wetin your husband talk say buy for you, make I no stop to collect gift o.
Yes.
Go collect dey go. So next one, next one. So I will go for the next question. Mr. Jeremiah.
Yes. This one you called me. It seems it's quite directed.
Okay. What's your take on a lot of people wanting to have kids but they don't want to marry? This is a question is between both the men and the female. So it's for both
Okay,
sides.
let me use myself as a case study. I think a year ago I was having nursing those thoughts going forward that I don't want to get married. Like I'm not reasoning in those category because I see a whole lot of things outside way of my own mentality. And it has been quite difficult for a woman to be with me. I have to be honest with you, because of my diverse reasoning and all that. So, but along the line, I saw reasons that that can be and things can be really different. And going out to have a contract marriage or contract kids, because I call it, even if you deny the fact that it's not marriage, it is a contract marriage. Because if you look at the baby mama's case in them Davido, you see immediately the Davido put attention on one of the baby mamas. The others are wailing on their wall. Why are they wailing? If it's just a contract for you to just have kids. So it's actually morally right for whoever wants to do it, but it goes against my belief as a Christian. Yes. Thank you.
Well, I don't think it's right for you to have kids outside marriage. In as much as society these days, they don't even reason it. And some people say I can just have my kids even without getting married. It's fine, but I don't like it. It's not. It doesn't show it doesn't show good as a Christian. It doesn't show as a responsible man. It's not good for you to start having, because in the future those children will suffer for it. There's no proper parental guidance. There's no love, no affection from both father and mother. They'll be lacking in certain things. Sometimes you see outsiders advising those children, giving them the wrong advice, giving them the wrong way of life. Instead of them having that proper orientation from kids, they get it outside, elsewhere. And getting it elsewhere is going to cause a lot of damage in their lives. You get. So it's just like a case of you want to go to heaven, but you don't want to die. It doesn't make sense. You just have to get married, have children, raise family. Bear it. If you have that reasoning of marriage is bad, marriage is rough, that is when you start thinking of this thing. But once you believe that marriage is sweet, is loving, then I think you can do it very well.
Okay.
I
That's a
think
positive side.
what causes this is some people that come out from a broken home. That's what makes them want to give birth without getting married. But we should know that broken home is not actually a home, it's a person that is broken. So you as a parent that want to give birth without getting married, for the fact you are broken, you also raise a broken child. So it's not about getting married and not being married. If you say that marriage is a covenant, some people see marriage for only giving birth. No, that's not the only reason for marriage. It's for companion. There are other reasons why you marry. So if you know that there are lots of reasons for marriage, there is a covenant that God ordained, then you shouldn't be thinking about um, giving birth without being married. So I think it is a very, very wrong idea to say, let me give birth and I will not marry. That means you only want to give birth. You don't want to, like, you just see marriage for only producing children.
Production,
So if you should understand that marriage is way more than giving birth to kids, then you know that it is very, very wrong. It's a covenant that you enter into with someone. So it's not just about giving birth. Marriage has a lot of more things to do with giving birth. So
Okay. Thank you so much. You answered that like a relationist of a relationship.
You know, this particular question, I've been in a scenario whereby so many rich ladies, they say that as long as they have money, they don't need men in their life. What would they want? What is it that only what they want is a kid and they are okay. You know, so many things happen in this our days. So many things is really going to be, but as for myself, I don't see that one as a good thing. God ordained everybody to everybody have his own husband and wife. So no matter what you do in this life, you should marry. You don't just have this mentality of saying that I will have child out of wedlock. I don't support that. So no matter what, try and get married so that you have a good family.
Thank you.
So I don't know. I would say that Mr. Jeremiah Missimi and Mr. Merenda, I would say that this question I want to ask is be my last question for today because of time consumption. So let me. I just say this question is a religious one, and I don't say when I go church. When I answer this one, I go to church. What I go. Is it right for a believer to marry an unbeliever if he is nice in character? Let me go with you.
Nice and character.
okay,
Underline statement.
they said, is it right for a believer
To marry an
to
unbeliever
marry an unbeliever?
is nice in character.
It's just like going to a mortuary to pick a dead person when you are alive. As a believer, you are alive in Christ. So you can't go out and pick someone that is dead in Christ. It doesn't work. Okay, let's say for instance now, you can't marry someone without being married to their family, right? Anyone that is a believer, your father is God. And as a non-believer, your father is Satan, whether you believe it or not. Now, there is no way God will be coming to your house without coming with the things he has with you when you're married. Now, Satan too, as a good father-in-law, that is when you marry a non-believer, when he's coming, he comes with the bad things that follow him. Marriage doesn't work like saying my marriage is working is not when you first enter. The person you believe in is the person that holds your remote. As a believer, God holds your remote. And someone that is not a believer, Satan holds your remote. You can do anything. A guy that is not a believer can just wake up and do anything because there is no fear of God in him or her. So when you are marrying as a believer, you really think that heaven is your goal. But some people just want to marry, let me just marry without considering heaven. If heaven is actually your goal as a believer, marry someone that believes in the same thing with you. It makes the marriage work. But you marry because this person is nice and this your role model in your marriage should be Jesus. And not somebody can just have a nice character because of morals that he or she is being taught without having Jesus. Satan can come in at any time and the person will do what they want to do. So I don't go with that idea of a believer marrying an unbeliever. It's not right.
Okay. Talking about marrying an unbeliever as a believer. Okay, it's not entirely bad and it's not so good. Reason because as a believer, you have chosen a certain way to live your life. And an unbeliever, on the other hand, doesn't really understand what it takes to run that race with you. But in a situation whereby love happens, you might fall in love with an unbeliever, fine. If it's possible for you, just know that there are a lot of tasks involved. You have a lot of work to do as a believer, both the family and the person you are involved with directly. If you can carry the cross on your own and just let love lead, right? You can carry the cross, right? Just go ahead with it. But if you cannot, just look for somebody that you have the same belief with and do your marriage too. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Nice answer there. And I will first and foremost say this question is the reason why Agbomas are not married. Most of them are still back at home. You know, I think we are in quite a too religious state now, whereby most people have a different take or they go with their perception about the Bible. Because I know somewhere in Corinthians, because I am not too accurate on that here now, I would have called a verse where the Bible likened believers to have something in a marriage scenario to do with an unbeliever. Because let us be realistic here. You can't tell me in most marriages now or most relationships that we do have that most of those people are Christians. Sometimes the lady is a Christian who will change that unbeliever to become a Christian, and they will be even having more fire in the vineyard of God, even more than the wife. I've seen such scenarios, and I've read a whole lot of stories in reality to that. Even using me as a case study when during my days in the university, when I was going through my promiscuous activities, sometimes when I choose the life of Christ, I want more souls to his vineyard. Thank you.
There's nothing more to say about this now. You guys have answered so many of the so all the things I've been expecting you guys to say. So I really love the answer. And this particular, the only thing I would say, I will just say one or two things, then we summarize. According to this question, is it right for a believer to marry an unbeliever if the person is nice in character? It doesn't matter if the person is nice in character or not. What matters is the love and what you believe in as a believer. As long as you believe that God is existing and that unbeliever doesn't believe, what do person will change and this person will change? That means you will really do your best to make sure that this person change.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for being as I formally call you. Thank you, beautiful woman. You make you look more different today. Maybe you had a luxury of money during your weekdays.